Good morning, it's Toraph Moses again. So we're going to continue our drawing session number 2 with drawing with Toraph Moses. So I'm just going to take out my stones again, lay them out, and my pen. So we're just going to take the time to call on any true benevolent elementals, nature spirits, or galactics that would like to participate in this drawing session with us. Are there any willing participants that would like to come in? Oh, look, we have some shadows here. I think it's a plant-based elemental or fairy. So just to ensure that we have a positive being here, I'm just going to ask this being to share your heart space with us. If you're positive, show your heart space. Okay, thank you. Now show me who the rest of you. She said, okay. I'm sensing a feminine energy. Oh gosh, we have a family here now. He's pulling on the tree. The fairy doesn't like that he just pulled on that tree.
I see.
Oh my gosh. Well, this fairy is still with us. And he's still pulling on that tree. Oh, he has a walking stick, the little boy. The fairy says she likes the children. Yeah, I know, they're so cute.
You want to climb the rock? Why no?
It feels so good under this tree. Until the bugs start biting you. But it's to be expected. Sorry, I just got distracted with this bug. It won't leave me alone. I effed up the hands again. This fairy is laughing at me because she knows that I'm getting uncomfortable with all the bugs eating me. This is a very unique being I have here. So its wings are kind of like a flying fish, and then he has multiple of them. Well, she has multiple, and they have these little bodies, and then this is kind of like, they have plants, they have hair, well, plant hair. in here is like a flower. Like a flower bud. Okay. So before I continue this drawing any further, I'd like to ask your name, please. What is your name? Please share it with us. She said flying fish. She likes that name. But she is a fairy. She won't give me her name, but she does like flying fish, so I just call her flying fish. And she's a fairy, plant base or plant race type. And then she has these flying fish. They're semi-transparent, translucent, and they have these brilliant colors resembling fish colors. Are you aquatic? She's semi-aquatic. Do you live in that pond over there? She said yes, but at a different dimension. What dimension are you perceived? She said she's seeing me in the 5th dimension, but she exists in the 8th dimension. Are you from this planet? Because I'm sensing you're not. She's like, no. She was originally from Maldek, and some of her species was also part of Tiamat. But these 2 planets were destroyed during the wars, the ancient wars. But they do now inhabit the Earth, and they've been around the Earth for a very long time. And you're a female. She said most of her species are females. So how do you have... Oh, they're like plants. They could like self-fertilize. So that's how they reproduce. That is so cool. And they have fish scales. She said her hair is more like a grass. Very grassy. And does the top part of your bulb, do they bloom? She said, yes, of course. Well, show me yourself as a bloom form. Just show me your head. Oh, the bugs, yo, the bugs. Leave me. She's laughing again. Okay, do me a favor, flying fish. If you want me to draw the rest of you, please tell these bugs to go away. She says she'll try. But she's giggling. With like a mischief giggle. Ah! Okay, so that's how she looks with her flower bloom. She's like almost like that. So it kind of resembles one of those bird of paradise plants. Very colorful, very lush, very exotic. Yeah, so it's kind of like, it is the same color. It's like a pinkish red. Yeah, and it's just her grass hairs here. That's so cool. So this is your bloom form, and this is just your closed form. She said when they fly, right now she's flying, so they close their flower because it adds more weight, and they don't want to damage their flower. Their flower is how they feed when they open. Because they're plants, they're photosynthesis. They absorb the light through their open flower. That is so cool. And they are semi-aquatic, so they have to go in and out the water, and that's when they close their flower as well. So they don't damage it when it's open. They can't swim very well when it's open, which makes so much sense. Okay, and they have a very streamlined body, because they can swim underwater as well. And when they swim, she's telling me, like, this is her clavicus here, shoulder, her arms, but her arms could come into each other. Like, something just bit me in the back of behind me, and I just had to itch. So they can fold their arms, which most people can do, and then they compact towards their chest. And let's see, that's what they do when they swim. They don't have their arms out, because their fins are doing all of their wings and their fins. These are their fins. They do all the swimming. So what brought you, or what led you to meet with us today? She said she noticed me in the water during my blessing. She appreciates that, and she was enchanted by my crystals that I have here. And she was wondering why all the fairies started to come over here. So she came out, and she's flying now, somewhere around here. She's hovering around us. She's sharing her thoughts with us. And what is your function here in this pond? Are you in this pond now? She's like, yes, but in her density, it's actually like a meadow, a vast meadow with a gigantic pond, and there's fairies of all types around and other inhabitants. Oh, that's so cool. But I'm perceiving her in a 5D telepathically. She's transmitting images of herself and her thoughts to my density, where I am now, which is how most of these beings, but sometimes I could see them. But let's see. Oh look, another chipmunk. Oh, it just disappeared. So okay, so you live in the 8th dimension, and what is your function? She said she just helps balance energies and helps things grow and bloom. She says she's doing some energy work here in our perceived 3D, 4D realm. She said she's trying to clear out any toxic energies emitted from the sunlight or false sunlight, as well as she's cleaning up like the chemtrails, poisons in the air, all anything that is harmful to the ecology. Her kind helps out with that too. Okay, so she's like you can consider her a cleaning fairy. Like there's cleaners in the oceans, that little tiny fish that eat off parasites on bigger fish or turtles or stuff like that. So what she does, her function is she cleans out energies and pollutants, and she helps nature thrive. Which a lot of these elementals, fairies, they do that. But she's so beautiful. I thought this was like a lily, but it's not. It's more like a bird of paradise flower. It's very pretty. And it's strong, it's not delicate. The petals are not delicate. Which makes sense because she's flying fast. She moves like a swift bird. So if you ever see these birds, look them up, Google swift birds. You'll see how fast they glide. Also look up flying fish, because that's how her wings look like flying fish. And then these are all fins. She has a rows of fins that function to help her swim and to fly. And then on the back, she has more plants and scales and ridges. And I'll update that with my redesigned drawing of you. So she said she doesn't have any breasts, because I was thinking that. But she has more of like, it's like fleshy here, and then from right here it's more like armor, like it's very hard, almost like a reptilian or crustacean like, and in terms of the underbelly. So it's very ridgy and scaly, and from her abdomen all the way down to her tail and pelvis. Okay, so I'll do an update drawing of you, and I do see kind of like an eye, like most like moths have it, but it's very colorful. There's two eyes, but they're not eyes, they're just very colorful, translucent, transparent colored eyes. She said it just helps ward off any predators. Yeah, most animals that have eyes on them, usually that's what their function is for, is to ward off predators. Okay, well thank you so much for sharing yourself with us, Flying Fish. Oh, one more thing. How big are you? What's your height? She says, let me make sure. How big are you? How long are you? They are around 12 inches to 2 feet. From the top of their petal, from here to here, they can be 12 inches to 2 feet long. So there's different sizes. She said the bigger size, that would be more of like their leader. So there's like, so it would be like a leader or a queen. So the queen is 2 feet. She's more magical, they said. She has more magic. And then the rest of the workers, or the cleaners, well, they're all cleaners. The queen is a cleaner too, but she delegates the work. That's why she's called the queen. And I'm getting this wind, so I know that this is accurate information. There's a very strong gust of wind. And the 12-inch, the foot-long ones are just the cleaners. That is so cool. Thank you for sharing your world with us. And right now she's like hovering over here somewhere. She's like hovering. And she's still laughing at me because the bugs are still eating at me. Okay, well this does wrap it up. Our session, our drawing session for today. And thank you guys for tuning in. Bye.